Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. Welcome to day 9 of my 12 days of Crafty Christmas 2024. Today I'm going to be making a box with you. So I've got my measurements here off to the side. So you're going to need a piece of cardstock. I have chosen Pretty Peacock for this project, and then a piece of crumb cake. And then I'm going to grab my trimmer and we're going to cut down the piece of Pretty Peacock to measure 8 3/4. So 8 3/4 that way by 6 1/4. I'm just going to check that on the other side of my trimmer. Yeah, perfect. Okay, then we are going to score on the short side at 3/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to flip it round 180 degrees and score again at 3/4 of an inch. Then on the long side, we are going to score at 3/4 of an inch. Then we are going to score at 4 inches. And then we are going to score at 4 3/4 and 8. And then we're going to fold and burnish all of our score lines. Oh, let me grab my bag folder. Oops. We were out crafting last night and I hadn't unpacked everything. I've just realised when I went to use my bone folder that I haven't unpacked my bag yet. So I'm going to have to go back in my bag for adhesive and things. But never mind. So, fold and burnish. It's the last one. Like that. And then, before I do any trimming, I'm going to decide which is going to be my top and which is going to be my bottom. And then so for our stamp sets today, I'm using the Regal, Flora and Greetings of the Season. So I'm taking my sentiment from Greetings of the Season, because although the sentiments in the Regal Flora are really lovely, they're not kind of Christmassy. So I'm pulling in a Christmassy sentiment. So I'm going to take my Pretty Peacock ink, so it's the same colour as my cardstock. And then I've got this dotty stamp, and I'm just going to kind of stamp it. Let's go full strength. Actually, I'm going to stamp the whole way. So it actually doesn't matter at this point which is going to be the top, because I'm stamping all the way over my piece. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, you could just leave it blank. And just some bits on those sides as well. Okay. Close the ink pad. Okay, so now I'm going to, let's do the rest of our stamping. So I'm going to put that to one side, and I'm going to bring in my crumb cake, and I have got this kind of leaf stamp, and I've stuck my sentiment on the back, this sort of triple flower, and I'm going to stamp my leaves in Shaded Spruce. I'm not sure how many of them I'm going to want. I'm going to do 2, but I might only want 1. Like that. Super inky. And then I'm going to stamp my flowers in real red. There we go. And then I'm going to die cut them because there are coordinating dies. You could fussy cut them if you've only got the stamps. You could very easily fussy cut them. Actually, I'm going to bring in this leaf as well, and I'm just going to stamp 1, and I'm going to do it in Pretty Peacock. And it might need stamping off. Yeah, there we go. Right then, now I need my dies, which are just here. Grab my die cutting sandwich and my washi tape. Because there is nothing worse than stamping an image and then running it through the die cutting machine and the die has moved. So let's pop that one there. Grab another bit of tape. Actually, I want 2 more bits of tape. And I'm just taking some of that excess stickiness off, touching it against my jumper just so that it's not super sticky, because I don't want it to take off the top layer of my cardstock. There's that, and then that one, and then pop my second plate on the top, and then in we go. Just peel that one off. I don't think I quite took off enough sticky. So I'm just being really, really careful in the hopes that, yeah, it'll be fine. Be fine. Right, let's get a new bit of washi, and we'll 2 new bits of washi. And stick it to the jumper, and stick it to the jumper again. There we go. And then, oop. And the same with the other bit of washi tape. Oop. And then we'll pop that over that one, and then we'll just run that through again quickly. Whoa. Here we go. Have a magnet just off to the side. We'll tuck that behind, it'll be fine. Just so that I don't lose my dies while I'm crafting. So we've got all of those pieces. So now I am going to stamp my sentiment on, what colour should we do the sentiment? Let's stamp onto, let's go onto Pretty and Peacock. I'm going to stamp onto Pretty and Peacock in Pretty and Peacock ink. So the sentiment that I'm using is, may your holiday season be filled with warmth and cheerful celebration. I think that's so lovely. Nice and inky. And then I'm going to grab my Stampin' Pierce mat, because this is photopolymer, and then I'm going to stamp that. That looks good to me. Okay, close the ink pad. Wind that out of the way. Right, I'm going to leave that for a second to dry off before I trim it down. We've got our die cut pieces ready, so let's do some building of our box. So I'm going to grab my snips, and I am going to cut up each of the little square sections and just wedge a tiny little bit like that. So I'm effectively just kind of cutting out the score line. So I'm making sure that my cuts on the rectangle side are straight. And then, oh, I didn't wedge that edge. The kind of slight diagonal is on my squares. Snip, snip. Nearly there. These boxes are so adorable, and they're so simple to make. So simple. I've got something to put in it as well, which you'll see at the end when we have finished building our box. Just line those bits out of the way. Right, so now comes the time where I want to decide which way up my box is going to go. I think that's going to be the bottom of my box. So into my bag of supplies that came home with me last night that I haven't unpacked yet. I just brought the whole bag down to the office and didn't think that it would be a good idea to empty my bag and put everything away before I started filming this morning, but never mind. So let's squeeze those together. So I'm just tucking in my little tabs to form the base of my box. There we go. Give it a nice little squidge. And then the top of my box. I'm just going to kind of form around the base. So we'll put glue on that tab and glue on that tab, and then fold it in a little bit, and then fold that one in a little bit, and then because I've used the liquid glue I've got my bit of wiggle room, and then I can just stick those together. Might just need holding a little bit longer. There we go. So that is our little box, and then we're going to decorate it. So we have got, right, let's trim our sentiment down. So I did look at maybe using one of the tags from the greetings of the season, but the one that that fits this, that's designed to fit this sentiment, is just a little bit too big for on this box. So I'm just trimming it down in both directions a little bit, and then I'm going to round the corners. There we go. Sadly, this detailed trio punch is now retired, and we don't currently have a punch that rounds corners, but you can buy them in all kinds of stationery shops and things. If you buy a laminator, they tend to come with the laminator. So I'm going to pop that on that side, and then we're going to kind of fill the flowers around. So I'm going to pop my sentiment on some dimensionals, because it wouldn't be a Helen project without some dimensionals on it somewhere. So whip the backs off. Like so. Make sure I've popped it the right way up. So I'm going for kind of even borders, top and bottom and on the right, and then this side is where I'm going to put my flowers and leaves. So I'm just going to kind of play around with placement a little bit. Now I don't mind if these go a little bit over the edge, because I'm not going to be posting this box, it's going to be kind of a hand delivered. So let's just carefully lift off those flowers, and then I'm going to glue down my leaves. So, and then that one. Might have gone a little bit too high with the glue on that one. Let's angle it a little bit more. There we go. Switch that down, and then our flowers we're going to pop up. So I'm going to do this one behind. So I'm thinking we'll pop that one kind of like there, and then this one there. And then I think we need a bit of sparkle, I think. So maybe we'll go for I feel like I want some gems, I think. So I don't have anything suitable handy, I don't think. Okay, well, I will leave it there, but I will pop a picture on my Facebook and my Instagram when I have found some suitable gems to just add a little bit of sparkle. And then to go in my box, I have got some Christmas spice tea lights. They smell really good. So this box is sized to fit comfortably, not too snug, but not too big. 6 tea lights. There you have it. That's it. That's the project for today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, I do hope that you will consider going back and watching days 1 through 8, and I hope you will join me again tomorrow for day 10. All of the products I have used today, apart from the detailed trio punch, are all current products with Stampin' Up, and if you would like to purchase any of them, there is a link in the description box on YouTube for you to be able to do that. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care. Bye.